Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Over the Hill Acres. What a beautiful Monday it's turned out to be. But it is, if you can see it or not behind me, it actually should be a blue sky out here. But it's hazy. We have wildfire smoke that's blowing in today, and it's made everything kind of hazy out. But yeah, that's okay. It's still warm. It's dry. I'm not shoveling it, so it's all good. Long day at work today. Was in the excavator for 8 hours digging a pile of millions out, preparing it for a road project we have going on Wednesday. Looks like that's what I'll be doing tomorrow also. But now I'm home. I had a chance to relax a little bit. So I thought I would get going on this week's video a little bit. I thought I would just give you a quick tour tour of my workhorse that I use on this property here. I own a 2016 McCormick X1.45 four-wheel drive. Been a perfect little tractor, 47 horse. It's got dual remotes, quick attach loader, and skid steer quick attach bucket. I have forks over there for this also, some other implements. This little tractor has been a lifesaver on this property. I bought it used 4 years ago with only 300 hours on it. So, and now it has about 847, I believe. I put it to the test. It does its job and does it well. I looked on YouTube. There's a lot of McCormick videos out there, but they're all for the bigger tractors. Not many on their compact. So I thought I'd just give you a quick go around. This one's shuttle shift, but it's not a power shuttle. It's a manual shuttle. You got to use the clutch. It's got 3 ranges: the high, medium, low lever, four gear shifter there, so you got 12 gears forward and reverse. 4-wheel drive, differential lock, PTO, and 4-wheel drive levers right there. The PTO also has an economy mode you can put it in. I'm going to be doing a service on this here shortly. When I do, I'll drop a video on that. It's been a good little tractor. It has done more than I thought it would. I've abused it a little bit. I've ended up putting wheel bearings in the front because it picks up way more than what the tractor can actually haul. So it stressed the wheel bearings a couple times, so it ended up with new wheel bearings in the front. I did replace the differential in the front, but that was not my fault. Shortly after I got it, it came apart. We got to looking. Apparently there was a recall on the front ends. The differential ring gear would come off of it because there were no pins to keep the ring gear from turning back and forth, and it worked the bolts loose. That's all fixed. Haven't had an issue with it since. I mounted this ammo box on the fender. Makes a nice toolbox. Put on LED light bar because I use this in the winter time to plow driveways, and it's dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock around here. Work lights on the back. Comes with 2 sets of remotes. One thing I really like about it is these extendable arms on the 3-point hitch and the slide adjustable sway links on it with the pins. Those are really nice to have. Grew up on a farm when I was younger, and we didn't have that kind of stuff back then. It was all turnbuckle style, or you just put up with the swaying of the implement on the back. Well, like I said, this tractor has done a lot of work so far. Way down there in the distance, I don't know if you can see the pond down there, but before, right here in this taller grass, there was a house standing. This tractor completely demolished that house, cleaned it up and buried it. And then right up in here, right where this dirt begins here in front of the tool shed, there was an old wooden tool shed and chicken coop that was collapsed and under trees and brush. They cleaned all that up. It's removed numerous trees, and it's done its job. I can tell you that much. There used to be sumac trees growing up here. You couldn't even begin to see the pond down in the bottom down there. That was one of the first things I did. We'll take a look at the pond sometime here in the near future, but there was so much brush around that pond you couldn't even barely see the pond. This tractor cleaned all that out also. Plus I brush hog these fields up here just to keep the red brush and stuff from growing, because I'm going to use this as a hay field eventually when I start my little cattle operation. And then there's another 14-acre pasture over there on the other side of the road that I mow a couple times a year also, just to keep things down. That'll be where the cattle will be pastured when the time comes. So yeah, that's the workhorse of our family here. Thinking about maybe upgrading in the future to one with a cab on it, but for now this does great. I really need to keep an open station also, because I do a lot of trail maintenance and stuff in our woods. We have about 40 acres in the woods also, and we'll be doing a video on the back in the woods eventually here. Deer season's coming, so you'll be able to see what I got going on back there. That was my father-in-law. You just heard beep as he went by. So okay, don't have much more to say about my tractor, except if you guys are looking for good compact tractors, McCormick, they fall right in the mid price ranges of compact tractors. They're not the cheapest and they're not the most expensive, but they do seem to be pretty reliable. I have not had much issues with this one. Like I said, I did have to add the block heater unit into the radiator hose there, because just like any other diesel piece of equipment in this area, they do not like to start in the winter time. So you always have to be on the guard of that. Things freeze around here pretty hard sometimes. My back blade that I picked up for 300 bucks had a brand new blade on it. This thing has done a lot of work too. A little bit of rust on it, the paint's showing a little, but I mean, it's solid. What more can you ask for? Instead of paying $1,200–$1,500 for a brand new one, $2,500 depending on what size, and you can get good auction finds sometimes. I picked up those forks over there. Those were brand new. They were never used until I got them for $500 at a little farm that was going out of business. They had never used them and they were sitting there. So I needed forks. Right place at the right time. Like I said before, when we bought this property, it has been sitting pretty much unused for 30 years, so there's been a lot of cleanup to do. I've been picking up stuff, old farmers, nothing against the old farmers, they were workers, that's for sure. But as time goes on, piles, I grew up on the farm, so I know piles of scrap metal get left, things get piled places, eventually it needs cleaned up. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of years. I showed you where that house was and everything. That's gone. That was the old farmhouse. Right behind me you can see some metal sticking out of the weeds. This is a scrap metal pile that I have started. I've already taken in probably 5 full pickup loads. This stuff behind me is the bigger stuff that I'm going to need a trailer to take in. There's some old tanks in there and some huge pipes, some riding lawnmowers, a four-wheeler, just things like that when I started cleaning out some of these buildings. So that stuff all will need to be on. Eventually, hopefully that'll be this fall's project. Yeah, I just have a ton of work to do around here. But like I said, I'm 60 years old. I don't know how this will give me something to do. Excuse me, keep me busy. Plan on retiring next year, so that'll be what I'll be doing on my retirement gig. I have plenty to keep me busy. So it's out behind that tool shed building there. You couldn't get it up next to this building here a couple weeks ago. I had a mini excavator I brought in and cleaned all this out, pulled all the weeds back and everything. I have a ton of those blue barrels around. My father-in-law never got rid of anything, so I have all that stuff to work with. I plan on putting gravel back here so we can park equipment, but I had to get the brush all cleared out. There's a pile of tires in the back there I need to clean up. This big pile of green here is actually topsoil. Under that grass there, and then on the other side of that trailer there's another big pile of topsoil, which is courtesy of my job. I work for the highway department, so whenever we have good soil like that we take out of the ditches and stuff, I stockpile it here. I turn it over a couple times a year. I throw in all the scraps from the house and stuff like that, the dinner scraps and garden scraps and grass clippings and chicken manure and everything like that. Make some good organic topsoil. I use it around the house for my raised beds in my garden, which we'll get to eventually in another video. So I'll have plenty of that to use. This is my brush pile. This has got to burn. This one of 2 or 3 on the property that as I'm cleaning up, I burn 2 or 3 times a year. It's nice being out here in the country. You don't have to worry about all that rigmarole. Just burn this stuff up. You don't have to have it hauled away or anything. So I don't burn tires or anything like that. I believe I'm going to put the forks on the tractor right now, and then I got an old metal overhead door laying out back of the other barn that I'm going to go scoop up and bring over here and put on this pile of scrap metal. So that'll be one more thing cleaned up. This is a busy road around here. Over there in the weeds is where this door is. We'll get it pulled out of there. Okay, all loaded. Let's take it over and dump it. Trying to get that area all cleaned up. I want to get all those weeds mowed down and brush hogged back there, make it look better. I can't stand having all this brush and weeds growing up. Well, I guess I'm going to dump this off and go down to the house. I see my wife was just getting home from work. I better go say hi to her. I will be back shortly after I go in and see her for a little bit and see what's for supper. Alrighty, a little more scrap for the retirement fund. Talk to you soon. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it a night. It's about time to relax a little bit. I get my normal 6 hours of sleep a night. I got to get up at 4:30 every morning. So I'm going to go on and watch a little TV, hang out with the wife, and get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Alright, everybody. I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button and subscribe if you want to follow me on this crazy journey I decided to start with this YouTube thing. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm not getting a ton of likes or views or anything yet, but from everything I read, that's not going to take a while. So hopefully my videos are getting a tad better each time. And yeah, I think it's going good. Alrighty, at least I'm enjoying this end of it, whether I get any of that stuff or not. It's kind of fun. Alrighty, I'll see you soon.